Hola a todos, mi nombre es Vanessa Escobar y hoy voy a explicar la diferencia entre trabajar y funcionar. These two words can be translated as to work in English, but obviously, of course, as always in Spanish or usually in Spanish, the meanings are different. It's the same word in English, but there are two words in Spanish, and the meanings are, of course, different, completely different, actually. So, for example, trabajar, we use trabajar when we talk about profession or occupation, the actual action of working. And funcionar is when we talk about a machine, how a machine works or how procedures work, or also about ideas. Vamos a ver más ejemplos. Let's see more examples. Trabajar. Ella trabaja en un restaurante. She works in a restaurant. La oficina postal no trabaja los domingos. The post office doesn't work on Sundays. So, okay, when I say the post office, I don't mean the building. I mean the people in the building don't work on Sundays. All right, that's why we use work in this case too. Yo trabajo en mi casa. I work in my house or I work from home. Ellos trabajan como profesores en mi escuela. They work as teachers in my school. In this context, como means as or like. They work like teachers in my school or they work as teachers in my school. ¿Tú trabajas mucho? Do you work a lot? So again, trabajar is to talk about the action of working. When someone does a work. Now, there are some synonyms of trabajar, like currar, laborar, laburar, and chambear. There are more, but these are the most common ones and the ones that I have personally heard. And this depends on the country. Currar is usually used in Spain. Laborar or laburar are more used in places like Argentina and Uruguay. And chambear is more for Mexico and maybe some Central American countries. So the next time that you see this, because you will see these words, especially currar and chambear, I would say, know that these are just synonyms of trabajar. And now funcionar, which is to work or it can also be to function, right? Ahora, por ejemplo, en trabajar o funcionar, funcionar has a synonym in this context, which is servir. Okay? Servir has another context. Servir also means to serve. Like, I serve coffee to my friends. Okay? Yo les serví café a mis amigos. Also means to serve, but servir is a synonym. When we talk about this context, we talk about a machine or how a machine works. Servir is a synonym of funcionar. A synonym of funcionar is not a synonym of trabajar, all right? So, for example, el carro no funciona o el carro no sirve. They both mean the car doesn't work. La computadora sí funciona. La computadora sí sirve. The computer does work. Tus ideas no están funcionando. Tus ideas no están sirviendo. Your ideas are not working. All right. So synonyms, you can use one or the other. There is not a difference between them. I cannot say because a lot of students always ask, but which is the most common one? In the places I have lived already in 4 different countries. They use one or the other. I haven't really noticed that they use one more than the other, and that doesn't really matter because they will understand you if you say servir or funcionar. All right. Now, with this word, the synonyms of trabajar, maybe like in Latin America, currar is very, unlikely you hear it, but since we watch Spanish movies, Spanish series, a lot of people know what currar means, or they're able to know by context what you're talking about. But it's less common in Latin America. Laburar, I heard that word when I was in Argentina. Uh, Laborar is a little more common in the rest, but laburar is a word that I heard in Argentina, and I thought they were misspelling the word because it isn't laborar. No, it's laburar. Okay, laburar is also a word that exists. I didn't know. They use it, like I said, mainly or mostly in Argentina and Uruguay. And chambear. Chambear is, yeah, it's very popular, very common because it comes from Mexico. Mexican culture is very, very popular in all Latin America. So we know a lot of words that come from there. But to be safe, you can use trabajar. You don't need to use all these words. You just need to recognize them when someone says to you, when you read them, when you hear them, so you know what they mean. But if you prefer to use trabajar, just use trabajar. The same thing with funcionar or servir. You want to use one or the other, just use one or the other. The important thing is that you understand when someone tells you one or the other. Yeah, well, that's all for today. So, for more confusing words, explain grammar tips and learning strategies, just go to my channel. Hasta la próxima semana.